we're back. Welcome to the cavalry, everybody. Good to see you, Andrew.
Good to see you, Johnny. I love the look today. Fleece on plaid shirt on gray t-shirt, layers.
I know. I'm layering up. It's starting to get cold. I'm layering up.
Getting nippy in the Beaner basement.
Yeah, well, not in the Beaner basement. We got the heater down here. But I was at basketball practice for Edie, so I had to go out into the wild.
Well, I am back in or on my way to Alaska again.
Oh, you gotta tell me about the Northern Lights. I saw your post. How was that?
Yeah. Oh my God. So it's okay. Yeah. So I go at the beginning of the week. It's actually funny because I was just having breakfast, and then somebody, when they seat these tables, and when you're by yourself, it's just like an invitation for other people to just start talking to you, because like, oh, he must be lonely, and so they start talking, and I'm
because
like,
they know you're the
no,
comedian, right?
I'm not lonely. I'm very fine. You don't have to feel, please, if you feel sorry for me, just stop talking, just don't make eye contact. That's
if you feel sorry for me, just leave some money on the table and keep talking.
Yeah. Didn't you see the little bowl on the floor? And my dusty dog, just leave some money there. So but they started up a conversation. The guy was like, oh yeah, years and years ago I went to Alaska and I saw the Northern Lights, and he was like, I was like, oh, you must have been on a different cruise, because we don't go far enough north. I don't think. I've been coming to Alaska for a while, and you never see the Northern Lights, and I'm just basically assuring this guy that there is zero chance. And he's like, I don't know, it was a 7-day cruise, I think it went to all the same ports. I'm like, buddy, I've been doing this a long time, okay? There's no Northern Lights. Like, I'm talking about, like, it's
buddy
impossible.
Shot it.
There's a reason why I'm sitting here by myself, okay? It's because I know. So then, like, second to last night of the cruise or whatever, I'm about to fall asleep. It's like 11:30, and I get this phone call from Allison. I'm like, God damn it! What? And if it had been even 1 minute later, I just would not have answered. But I was like happy to be by the phone, so I pick it up, and she's like, "You gotta get dressed. The Northern Lights are out. We gotta go see the Northern Lights." And I was like, "You can see the Northern Lights from here?" I was like, I'll be damned. And so I get dressed and I go out, and our friend Allison, she is very conspiracy prone. So I feel like things like this are triggering for her. It brings in the cosmos and the energy and the, where do they come from? Sure. Nobody knows, aliens, whatever. So she's like pumped and very excited. And she's running around. I can't even keep up with her. But there's some spot on the ship where it's dark on the top and the back. So we go up there, and when you look at it, I mean, I could see it, but I was like, I see it. There's like a line in the sky, okay. But then when you look at it through your phone, somehow your phone picks up the light, because it's trying to. Like when you take a picture in the dark, I think the phone is picking out light and amplifying it or something in the picture. So in the picture, it actually makes it look like incredible. It makes it look like what you think of the Northern Lights. It's like green, eerie, kind of dancing light. But when you looked at it with the naked eye, you couldn't see any of that. So it's really like fake, And then like Allison kept being like, she was getting so frustrated, like she couldn't get a good picture because her phone wasn't new enough to have that feature. And so she was asking everyone around, not just me, but like strangers, to airdrop her pictures that they had taken with fancy phones. But then I'm like, at what point, Allison, should you just like Google image search the Northern Lights and take that picture? Right. What is the difference? You didn't take it.
Right.
So that was
but it's like when you're at a concert. It's like if you're at a concert and someone else is videoing it, and afterwards you're like, "Can you airdrop that to me?" Because you were there. So it's like, well, I can put it on my phone because I was there.
Brant Tobler, friend of the show, used to go to concerts, and then he would search the hashtag of the concert, or just search, like, let's say he was in Denver and it was John Mayer or something. He just
Yeah.
searched John Mayer, Denver, look for, and then just find whatever the best videos and photos were of the concert and take those and post them on as his own. And be like, I
He
was
would
at,
just take them off. Oh, okay.
yeah, he would just like somehow, screenshot them or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Seems like stolen valor, but it was cool. And then it was funny too, because then I was like, now let me think about, like, what are the Northern Lights? Could you explain the Northern Lights if you had to for like $1 million to someone who had never heard
I
of
mean,
it?
I could babble words about magnetic fields, but that's about as far as I go. I can't like
Yeah.
explain, but I've just heard it's like that's what it.
Allison Allison tried to explain, she like Wikipedia it,
Yeah.
and and read me like a whole paragraph. No, I'm no closer to
No
understanding.
clue.
No, no clue. There's
Yeah,
there's
that's. I mean, that is
electron.
one of the things on my bucket list. I don't understand it, and I think that's why I want to see it because it just
Everybody
seems
keeps saying
crazy.
that. This is a shame because everyone keeps saying, everyone I run into or saw the photos like, oh, that's on my bucket list. That's my bucket. I'm like, it wasn't on my bucket list. I'm like, why?
You're like, take it off. It's stupid. I saw it.
It's very underwhelming.
Bring your iPhone.
Well, I bet like if you were somewhere, for some reason, I feel like if you're like in Iceland or something, it would be more spectacular with to the
Yeah.
naked eye, you know. But also,
Yeah.
like, I wasn't even trying to see it.
Did
And
you only take pictures or did you take video too?
I took video too, but the video doesn't. Again, it doesn't do that thing
Oh,
with the light. So like you can. It actually, I probably should show it to you because you, and that way you could see what like more of the naked eye look.
right.
And it was cool, but not
Yeah.
not what you see on the movies or the
Yeah.
what you've heard of.
Okay.
So that's the Northern
Did you get a
Lights.
haircut on the cruise?
No, I had this last week.
Oh,
I just
was it new last week?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe I just didn't notice last week.
I have gotten a haircut on the cruise ship before though.
Oh,
And you know
wow.
what? I recommend it because and Heidi, I think Heidi brought this up, but it's like they're on there 9 months straight every day cutting hair, they're gonna be good.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
aren't the cost cutters people cutting hair shitty every day
no, they have
for
weekends.
years on end?
No, they got days off. These guys, they're in the they go straight from the dungeon to the salon, back to the dungeon.
That's so funny. Like,
9
why?
months straight.
That's so like, would you think like even let's say how many people on a cruise? 2,000 people, and you're on it for 2 weeks. How many people you think are getting like, are they really that busy? Like, who goes on vacation and gets a haircut?
I think they sell it like an experience, like a spa kind of thing. So it's like it's the salon or it's the barber shop. Get one of those close shave, like for men, it's like get one of those close
Yeah.
shaves. Or I don't think they're very busy as far as like haircuts for dudes. So it's probably a flawed premise. But then for the ladies, they probably get blowouts or maybe they get their hair color touched up. I don't know.
Yeah. Whatever women do.
Whatever ladies do.
Yeah.
Heidi just got her hair. She went to the salon and shared a picture, and so it's like it's an immediate like text. Oh, it looks so good, looks. But it's like you just what else could you? And she said, really? Do you really like it? Via text, and it's like, what would I possibly? Could you
What was I
imagine?
gonna respond?
Like I
You
do.
just write back, busted.
You got me. Like it's text too, so it's just the easiest. There's no reading of my face or my eyes.
Right.
My voice can't get high.
Yeah, yeah.
If you can't stick to your lie on text, then what are you even doing? But I wasn't.
right.
I really did like it. I'm just saying. It was funny that she was like, "You really? Really?
Yeah.
Nah, I was just fucking with you. Looks like
Yeah.
shit.
Just fucking with you.
What were you thinking?"
I'm just fucking with you. Get it fixed before I get back.
So mean. Get it fixed before I get back. It's very mean.
Uh,
Um, so did you see any spectacular astrological astronomical displays?
I'm trying to think. You know what? I did not. I did
Oh,
not. Oh, but you know what I did see, and I'm not making this up. It's going to sound exaggerated. I was at Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle this weekend, and on the late show Saturday, a lady came in the door. I saw her come in with her husband or date or whatever, and I was like, "Holy cow!" She had the hugest boobs. Like, have you ever seen like novelty big boot
I haven't
like
seen them.
ridiculous. I mean, like she can't walk because these boobs are so big. She
But they
gets
were
sat in the
real. They were
front.
clearly real. They were that like she like heavier person?
No, they were not real, and
Oh,
she was not a heavy person, and they were like clearly fake. Her mouth was fake too, and
oh,
they were like, oh, they come, every they're kind of regulars. They come every so often. You can talk about them if you want. And none of the three of us comics touched them. I mean, they weren't front, they were like to the side. So I could play it
yeah.
off like I didn't see them, but like I would have, like the other guys were like, I didn't say anything. I didn't know if you wanted to say something, but I was like, I mean, if that goes wrong, I'm
Well,
the
like
biggest asshole. Hey, everybody, look at this circus show. Boo.
I know. Well, like what it doesn't give you, I always think of like Norm Macdonald used to say this, but like he didn't want to have funny videos on his show. He didn't want to talk about funny videos, because the videos are already funny.
Right.
So it's like, what are you gonna if she had like big if she just had like regular big tits and was sitting in the front row or something, I guess you would say, wow, you've got big tits. But I mean, like, if they're cartoonishly like the biggest you've ever seen, like, I'm not running like you said, a circus up here. I'm not going to be like, hey,
Right.
everybody, get a load of this. And then it's going to be the bearded lady. And,
Yeah.
you got
I mean,
dwarves.
they were bigger than like watermelon. I mean, so then afterwards she came up with her man, and I'm selling my shirts, and they got a shirt, and she was like, oh, I've thought about doing comedy. I've thought about it. And her husband or date was like, you could, because you could talk about all the work you've had done, because she had like totally fake mouth, lips and everything. That's when I was like, oh, okay, this is, it's just, she's in on it. She knows this is like
Yeah.
redonkulous. And she's like, can I get a picture with you? And I was so wanted to be like, yeah, can we use my camera too? Because I mean, I told Aaron about it. I told Jason
Yeah.
about it. Like, it's just, I can't. So I was like, oh, and so afterwards I gave her my card with all my socials. I was like, oh, if you post it, you got to tag me. And I just like,
They
my
never,
whole drive home, I just kept checking to see if I got tagged, just to see if I could get that photo to show people. No such luck.
no such luck. It's the same thing as the Northern Lights, though. You just have to Google search woman with the biggest tits you've ever seen, and then just show people that picture.
Yeah, I'll do a Brant Tobler.
This
I'll
was
be like,
her.
yeah, look,
This
there
was
it is.
her.
Yeah.
Or I bet some other comedian, not no offense, Johnny, but if they're regulars, some comedian must have gotten this photo with her and posted it at some point.
Hashtag Royal Oak boobs. I'm gonna have to
Do
screw some
you know what's
real
funny?
boobs.
It's like a like women would hear that and go, oh, you guys must like that or whatever, right? But like I think both of us would say legitimately it's unattractive. Like it's unattractive to have when it goes that far. But I don't think women believe guys when we say that is like unattractive. Like if you go too far with it, it is no longer attractive.
I yeah, I don't know what I'm curious to hear the backstory of this, because that's like that can't, I mean, that can't be, oh, the bigger the sexier. I mean, it's like, well, I mean, this is, your left boob, you're asking me to make this bigger than the rest of your whole body, like, I
Right.
mean, it's like, I don't know.
That would be, I would like want to, that is where you'd like, because what it probably is like an addiction, I'm sure she's like got
Yeah,
several sizes or whatever. And then
that might be it.
it's never enough for whatever that is. But then like, I wonder what, if you have to go to like multiple doctors, because like at some point maybe a doctor goes like, hey, I'm not gonna do this anymore,
Yeah, I'm out.
I'm out.
You've used up my supplies. Yeah. I have no more boob filling back here.
What a weird job. Because if you're a plastic surgeon, like you are a doctor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're on a plane and someone's like, "Is there a doctor on this plane?" You have to get up and go save a life. But all day you're just like putting in shit into people's butt and lips and boobs.
Yeah.
Like you're the same position. Like you're a doctor the same way like a cardiologist is a doctor. Not crazy.
Yeah, but like, yeah,
I
but
think they would be
you're
like,
right. But if
you would think they would be like they would be like chiropractors, where they're like technically you can call them a doctor, but they're not like sanctioned doctor. They didn't go to like regular medical school.
they're not going to save someone on a plane, that's,
Right. You can't chiropractor somebody back to life.
yeah, you can't
Like
implant a boob
this
somebody
man,
back to life.
right. Can you imagine a chiropractor getting up and then someone's like having a heart attack and he rushes down there. He's like, okay. Now just go limp for a second, and you start switching their neck around, pulling, doing adjustments. Did you hear that
He
pop?
does these really
He's
scary
dying. Yeah. Well, he's not gonna die uncomfortable, I'll tell you that. He's gonna be nice and loose in that casket.
Yeah. Right after he
Uh,
dies, people are watching are like, "Oh, can you do that to me next?"
right.
Like,
Oh, that sounded nice.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
or a
you
plastic
did
surgeon.
the
But I mean,
corpse over there. Can you do that to me?
I was thinking about that too the other day about like because when you're in medical school, you can pick any of them, right? Like you just pick. You can be ear, nose, and
What
throat.
do you mean?
Like once
Oh,
you
I don't
start at
know.
medical school,
I don't know.
but if you go to like Johns Hopkins, right? That's a medical school I've heard of.
Okay.
They have all of them there, don't they? Don't they? Like you could be an eye doctor, you could be an ear doctor, you could be a um, general practitioner. You can just choose, can't you? So
I
who's
get.
choosing? It's just weird. It's just weird. Like some of them, like if you choose gynecologist or if you choose proctologist, like if you're choosing that. It's not like I think it would make more sense to me is if when you went to medical school, everyone studied, and then after like a year, you got placed. And they're like, hey, you don't have to be a doctor, but if you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be this kind of doctor. This is what the country needs. This is what we think your skills are tended for. So you're getting placed as a proctologist. But I think there are people who
Yeah.
choose it,
It should be like, hey, you did really good on the butt stuff. I think you should go into that. You know?
You're like, God, why did I study for the butt part so much? I should have been paying more attention on the eyes. I
I
missed
should
that eye question, and now I'm looking at assholes the rest of my life. God damn it.
I should have flubbed it on purpose. God damn it.
Yeah. Well, I was showing off on the butt questions. Idiot.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. Do you think that like hmm, never
What?
mind.
No, I want to hear that thought. Those are the thoughts I want.
Well, proctor like nope.
Oh, come on. It's going to be so good. Don't censor yourself.
Well, I was just thinking like, oh, I wonder if there's like proctologists, if like there's anything like only like, so a proctologist does guys and girls. But I wonder if there's any that are just like, no, I specialize in only one.
There's some guys like, yeah, I'm not, it's kind of gross to look at dudes' assholes. I'm not gay.
Not gay.
That's how you flunk the butt question. That would be a good character to play to not get placed as a proctologist.
Yeah. When they're asking a question, you just write in, is this a guy's butt or a girl's butt we're talking about?
So it totally changes my answer.
Right.
What would the best doctor, like, what's the skin doctor called? That seems
Dermatologist?
dermatologist. That seems not bad, you know?
Yeah, I
You're
don't know.
looking for moles.
You probably deal with a lot of gross shit.
Yeah, rashes. Ugh.
Rashes. Yeah.
And they're everywhere. People got
Yeah.
shit on their balls and
Yeah, like between their balls and their legs. That seems like
yeah,
a code
yeah,
for a rash.
yeah. Oh, you're kind of telling on yourself there.
If I was a rash, that's where I'd go.
All right.
I'm telling on myself there. I've heard that's a good place for rashes.
I've heard, yeah, I heard they're very common. They're super common.
Yeah.
To be like kind of athletic to get them
there. Yeah, only sexy people get it there.
Should we? Oh, quick FYI for the listeners. So because I've just got a crazy schedule, we're recording this, but in 13 minutes, my fantasy basketball draft starts. So we thought it would be fun and good multitasking if Johnny helped me draft my fantasy team.
And which sport is this?
Good question. Excellent question. That's what I always make sure to ask before every draft. Basketball. Yeah. And this
you heard about Lillard, right? I know you did.
Yes. Oh yeah. Maybe we should take him. Or Giannis. We should take Giannis.
Yeah, I heard Giannis is a little better, but Lillard came from Portland, so that might have sentimental value to you.
Yeah. Well, this is the league. This is the Comedy Magic Club League, which is the only reason why I still, for some, it's so sad, but I hang on to this. I would absolutely leave and not do it. But then, like, in the back of your mind, you're like, yeah, but it might be nice if I need the spots, you know, it's like one more little way to gender goodwill. It's just disgusting.
Why the hell am I not on this league? I'm going to be doing the Comedy Magic Club next
join
a week
me.
and a half.
You can co-manage the team. We can both ignore it.
Okay, perfect.
That's the problem is you have to set it. There's game. It's not like football where it's like very easy. It's kind of ritualistic. Once a week, you're setting your lineup. There's games every night, and there's guys getting injured and rested, and I mean, you gotta like be paying attention every night practically. And then either my team's good and I write it out and I'm pretty good at updating it all year, or they're not good and then I miss 2 weeks, forget about it, and then boom, we're dead for the season.
You're dead. Okay.
So we gotta draft good tonight.
All right.
I might just let the computer tell us who to draft, but that's fine.
That sounds good. Well, we got 10 minutes till that starts then, right?
Yeah. Do you want to do topics here quick?
Sure, let's do topics. I was actually real quick, since we're talking about sports, did you have you watched any games on the boat or no?
Yeah, all the games.
The Packer game?
That I did not, because they weren't graduated to like game of the week status. They only show on here like the top featured games. Packers lost like losers, though. I saw.
I know, but they had such a great play that would have been so awesome, where the guy like caught it, and then but it like bounced off his hands and flew up, and then the teammate caught it in the end zone, so they still got the touchdown. But then they ended up losing at the end. So does it kind of, those cool plays are just, who cares? You lost.
Yeah.
Right?
It is funny how that happens. There's one in the Seahawks Super Bowl where they lose to New England. It's kind of like a famous last play, you know, where Russell Wilson throws an interception on the 1 yard line. I don't know if you've seen that. You remember that Super Bowl?
I don't remember this past
Okay,
Super Bowl.
whatever. But it was horrible. It was like a devastating loss. But what everyone forgets about is they had to drive. They were losing, and they had to drive the whole length of the field for like the game-winning touchdown. And I think it was on like third or fourth down. This guy had this incredible catch on the sideline, just like, you know, off his helmet basically, and just it was like one of the most amazing, unbelievable catches that no one ever remembers and no one would ever talk about. And I'm telling you, if we had won that game, they would have a statue of that dude.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't his fault. He didn't throw the interception on the last play. He still made the catch, but he gets no credit for it. His name is lost to history. And who cares?
Brutal.
Isn't that brutal?
Yeah, if the team would have won, they would have been like, oh, they won because of that catch.
Right. Yes. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It would be like one of the most famous catches in Super Bowl history, but nobody cares.
Yeah. Oh, well.
So,
all right. Well, why don't you go first for your topic?
Okay. So I drink wine, you know.
Yeah.
I like wine. Both I like wine. I like wine. So what of it? It's good for you. That's what like people always. Right. A glass of red wine a day. It's good for you. It doesn't have to be good for you. You can just like it. You know. You don't have to find some health study to back it up.
Right.
But regardless, I'm never having like. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm never having like just one glass of wine. Very rarely am I gonna have like just one glass of wine. I'm probably gonna have it two. That's about what I average, probably two. But there's like this whole thing with wine, how you have to, you get a wine glass, and like if you go to a restaurant or anywhere, a bar, they only one glass of wine is not a glass of wine. It's like filled up about maybe a third of the way.
Yeah. You know, aren't they huger glasses though?
Yeah, they're big glasses, but they fill it up like to a third or maybe halfway, and that's like considered a glass of wine.
Yes.
So like my thing is, and if you ever don't, and if you're pouring your own wine, God forbid you pour it up like 3/4 of the way, like a bigger glass, because it's two. Then now you're having two glasses, right? But you can never do that because then everyone looks at it and go, "Oh, hey, what's going on? You drunk? You lush? Hey, wow, hey, alcoholic over here, I was chugging wine." And it's like, hey, maybe I just don't want to have to go back and get another. Maybe it's just easier. The glass is there, it's got room. Like, what other scenario would you like if you were drinking water and you knew you were going to drink 2 glasses worth of water and you had a big cup? You're like, oh, I don't want to show everybody I'm going to drink that much. So I'm going to pour it up way, and then I'll get up during dinner and go get myself another glass of water. I mean, it just doesn't.
Well, I totally agree with you. I totally agree. Well, did it become this way because there's something about the physics of the shape of a glass where you're supposed to like, oh, they do that so you can aerate it?
I think that's probably right. But like, I'm not drinking a $100 bottle of, you know, Napa Valley's best here usually. And also, you still have room, like, you know, it's not like I'm going to the very tippy top and it's like spilling as I walk over to the table, you know. Although, but yeah, you're probably right. But I don't even understand. Someone should explain the physics of that to me, because they always talk about aerating the bottle. Like, so like you would decant a bottle of wine before you pour it in the glass. Like they don't talk about it when it's in the glass.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I think what if you just start drinking wine out of a pint glass?
Yeah. Or why even have a glass at all?
You'd put because it wouldn't look it would look lower. You know,
like, what about,
because it's not like it doesn't get skinnier at the bottom. It's a pint glass. So it would just look like you're having,
Like
shot of
it
wine.
screams alcoholic. Drinking wine out of anything other than a wine glass just screams alcoholic.
Yeah, yeah. I
Like a
guess there's no
coffee
way
mug.
you couldn't tell someone
If
it's
you
like,
drink
oh,
wine,
this is a dark beer.
if you drink wine out of a coffee mug,
Oh,
this
you
is
can do
like,
that.
yeah, but that screen, if anyone finds out, it looks like you're like a huge alcoholic.
How would they find? Well, that's the thing. How would
How
they
would they
find?
know? They're never gonna.
They never know, unless as long as you don't spill it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, Andrew loves coffee.
yeah. It was so weird. We were at the staff party, and he had a coffee cup, and he was
Normally,
really fucked up too.
when I drink coffee, I get like really hyper. Andrew gets so sleepy. He just falls asleep right in a chair drinking his coffee. It's
Yeah,
like having the
yeah.
opposite effect.
He slurs for a while, and then he just kind of passes out.
Yeah. Weird.
Weird, really weird. Yeah, that's a good point, though. I agree. That's
Okay. But wait, you got to do your topic before this draft starts.
okay. We got 4 minutes. Oh God. All right.
Pressure's on.
It really is. Okay. So I think we already talked about this. Is just a specification. Did we already talk about? Yeah, I know we already talked about this. Airlines starting over, they should all be removed, and we just
Yes.
start over from scratch.
Yes, we talked about
Did we
that.
talk about that?
Yes.
No. Well, all right. Then I have a discussion point instead of a topic, okay?
All right.
All right. Do you like it better if you watch a stand-up special? Do you like it better when it just starts, ladies and gentlemen, Sebastian Maniscalco, or do you like, you know, a little sketch lead in to the special?
I don't love the sketch. I like if I have to have the two, because the sketch is never great. Very rarely have I seen like something
Very rarely they are, but what if it
that
is good?
actually makes me laugh. What I would prefer, my favorite is when and what I would do if Netflix ever when Netflix
Yeah,
comes to me inevitably, of course.
that's right. Very good. Very good.
Uh, I like when they just naturally follow the comedian from not just backstage, but like the green room. And like they show the
Yeah, yeah.
action between the opener and maybe the manager's back there or your wife or your kid or the
Yeah.
food that's back there. I just like seeing what it is and then following without an edit from that out on stage, camera, and then we're just switching to another view, and then it's the first joke.
Yeah.
You can see how there's no big ramp up. It's just sort of like one
Yeah.
second you're back here, the next second you're on. I think that's cool when they do that.
I like that too. That's good call. I agree. I'm backing you up, Andrew. I like that. That is fun. Because that's the most that's like when someone has a new special. If it's not like my favorite, I'll watch. I just like to watch to see how they open. And that is very entertaining when you get that.
But you like the sketch, you're saying, or no?
Yeah, I'm intrigued by them. I mean, yes, a lot if they're not funny, then no, it's irritating. But like I feel like wasn't Todd Glass? Didn't Todd Glass do
He does.
Lachlan's? Like Lachlan has a special that was on whatever that one that went away was not Subi or you remember that subscription based one that disappeared? It was like I can't remember what it was.
No.
But he had a special on that, and I know and Todd Glass was in his opening sketch as he was like walking down Venice Beach or something. And I remember thinking it was pretty funny.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll check that one out.
I
I never watched. How many?
give you all the details.
No, I will never. But how many stand-up specials do you watch a year?
Not all the way through. Not a lot.
I'm like maybe one or two. And
Yeah.
people always tell you when they find out you're a comedian, they always tell you to watch stand-up. Okay, here we go. The draft is starting. I'm gonna
Okay.
read you these names that go off the board, and I'm drafting last, of course. I don't know how that happened.
Okay.
But do you know Nikola Jokic,
Nope.
Luka Doncic?
Nope.
That's so sad. Those are the two first players, both foreigners. America's really fallen off.
Hmm.
Joel Embiid, heard of him?
Nope.
Damn. You
Have
really
you
know
heard of all these
nothing about
people?
basketball. Yeah, yeah.
What?
You know nothing about NBA basketball.
Well, I wouldn't say nothing, but I would say very little. Actually, I don't think there's a sport that I don't know. It's probably I could probably name, yeah, I don't know, probably the same amount as football as basketball.
Which sport could you name their most current
I was
athlete?
gonna say either football or basketball, but both not a lot. Of current players, does Steph Curry still play?
Yeah, there you
Okay,
go.
Steph Curry,
Oh,
LeBron.
Giannis. We lost out on Giannis. He just went.
Oh, he just got snagged.
Yeah.
Uh, uh um,
Maybe we can draft Steph. That'd be fun.
yeah, he's a good shooter.
He's a good shooter.
Yeah, he's a good shooter. He's a shooter.
So see, these things always take forever because this is what happens with fantasy drafts. The computer's literally telling you who to take. Okay, the computer knows more than you, but they sit, and this is the first round, so nothing could have even happened yet, really. And they just sit there and they analyze each pick, and they take forever. And the next thing you know, you're here 4 hours later doing something you don't care
Who's
about.
they? The other people or the computer is
The other
analyzing?
people in the league,
Oh yeah, I know.
Paul Morrissey and Francisco
Yeah.
Ramos. And honestly, a lot of them I don't even know.
You can see whose turn it is, huh?
Yeah, well, you can see the name of their team, and then I forget whose name corresponds with what person. And honestly, there's a group text, and I don't have all the. Have you ever been in a group text where you don't have every number saved as a name?
Yeah. And some of them are
It's
just phone
horrifying.
numbers.
Yeah, and so now you're just getting all these little texts from various numbers. You're like, I don't know who anybody is. I don't know how to participate in this, and it's too scary to go
Yeah.
back and ask them, who are you?
Yeah. Yeah, because then they're gonna be like, "This is Richard. You're never gonna work the club
Yeah.
again. I
Oh
can't believe
no,
you don't have my numbers."
Richards I have saved. The one.
Yeah.
All right, it's almost our turn. It's our turn. We can
Do
take
the you
Lamelo.
didn't say any names I've heard of.
Okay, Lamelo Ball, Domantas Sabonis, Kyrie Irving, Trae Young, Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, Donovan Mitchell. I'm gonna take Trae Young.
Kyling Irving. I've heard of Irving.
Yeah, we don't want him because he might get.
Okay.
He's a head case.
Okay.
I'm taking Trae Young. I'll take LaMelo Ball, I guess.
All right, we got LaMelo, but what's our team name?
Oh, it's a good name. It's what's my team name? Blob City.
Rob City?
Blob City.
Oh, Blob City.
Remember when Blake Griffin and Chris Paul played for you don't, but they had a nickname for the Clippers. It was called Lob City, like alley oops, like lobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I had a little fun with that, and I called my team Blob City.
I like that was good. I like that you had fun with that because you're a comedian, so you're incorporating your job. You're having fun
Yeah,
with it.
yeah, I'm showing how funny I can be. And then the in the NFL, there's a backup quarterback named Brian Hoyer,
Okay.
Hoyer Hoyer. So my basketball team is called American Hoyer Story.
Your basketball team is a play on a football player's name?
My fantasy football team is
Oh, okay. Did you get him on your team?
No, he's a backup quarterback. I would never want him. Although he did play. It stunk.
All right. If I had a basketball team, what would I name it?
What would you name your fantasy football team or fantasy basketball team if you had
one? Let's see.
Beaners Wieners.
No, Yeah, that's a good one. That would be a good one. Beaners, wieners.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, how can I turn Giannis into penis? I've got a 6-inch Giannis. No, that's not good.
Yeah, you don't. It doesn't quite get there.
Yeah, and it's a sentence. You don't want your team name
Right.
to be a complete sentence.
People take liberties. Trust me. All right. Should we wrap this up? Do some post-show banner.
Let's do it.
20 minutes. Thanks everybody for listening to the Cavalry. Join Patreon if you want to hear a post-show banner, which we're about ready to do right now. And I've got a new Batman joke I'm going to pitch Johnny on post-show banner. So you're going to want to be on the Patreon to hear this gold.
Yeah, baby.
And yeah, come see me in Denver, November 17th at the Bug Theater. Tickets are available.
Nice. I will be at Bibbs Comedy Hall in Slinger, Wisconsin on the 4th, November 4th. And I will be in Los Angeles the 5th through the 11th. And Louisville, Kentucky, 16th through 18th of November.
All right. Check out those shows. Thanks everybody for listening to
The Cavalry.